I graduated at the top of my class, and 4 hours later, I was in the back of a police car. Because the people who watched me dream decided I didn't deserve to wake up. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you how I got here. To whom it may concern. I'm from the hood. Not that I grew up in the trenches, but my mama had a Lexus hood. I'm talking sirens as lullabies, junkies in the stairwell, grown men arguing outside your window at 2 a.m. The kind of neighborhood where making it out isn't a goal. It's a fantasy people make fun of, so they don't have to admit they're scared it'll never happen. And in my house, my brothers were men before they were even adults. They worked hard. Not the cute kind of hard either. My oldest brother, Rico, factory. Third shift, hands cracked, back always tight. He came home smelling like metal and exhaustion. My middle brother, Tone, fast food. Manager title, minimum wage soul. He had that look people get when they've been next up for years, and nothing changes. They weren't lazy, they were trapped. And I was the baby, the one my mom still called my blessing, the one she protected like the world was already reaching for me. And I think my brothers resented me for that. Not because they wanted to hurt me, but because favoritism doesn't just create distance, it creates pressure. My brain didn't work like this. I would have the most vivid dreams where I stood before thousands of people, showing them this new tech I built. I could never make out what it was, but I knew it was going to help people. I used to sit on my bed with my phone, no Wi-Fi, cracked screen, and I'd still be sketching app screens on notebook paper like it was normal. I didn't want to sell drugs. I didn't want to scam. I didn't want to get rich quick. I wanted to build something real, something that would last longer than my circumstance. My mom would stand in the doorway sometimes and just watch. One day, she brought a brand new laptop into my room and said, "I don't get all of this tech stuff, but I know whatever you create will shake up the world, son." Her support and sacrifice was more than enough fuel to chase my dreams. For as long as I can remember, my dream was to go to MIT. Cambridge is minutes from where I grew up, but culturally, it might as well be another planet. Saying I want to go to MIT out loud is basically like saying, I'm moving to Mars next week. People don't even respond with doubt. They respond with laughter. Senior year, I finally told them my plan. Not just the MIT part, the dream. I told them I wanted to build an app that could actually help the hood. I wanted to call it The Block, because in our neighborhood, the block is everything. It's community, it's danger, it's survival, it's home. And I told them, I want y'all on it with me. I need you.
Nah, stop.
Bruh.
Stop. Bro, ain't nobody working for you, JoJo.
Who you think you is? Stefan Jobs or something?
And that's when it clicked for me. They weren't mad at the app. They were mad at what the app represented. An exit, a different future, one they didn't know how to imagine for themselves. Then, your boy graduated high school with honors as the valedictorian, a 4.5 GPA, and a full ride to North Carolina A&T. MIT wasn't here yet, but I had motion. Surprisingly, my brothers even invited me out to celebrate. I thought, dang, maybe they are proud of me. Maybe they believed in me a little. Later that night, we went out to eat. Nothing fancy, just wings, fries, vibes, and jokes that almost felt like love. Rico even said, I'm proud of you, baby bro. You killed it. And I swear, I almost choked. I legit think that was my first compliment from him, ever. Minutes after we left, the fairy tale day abruptly ended. Cop lights. That quiet that drops in the car, when you know your life could change in a second, sick. They made us step out the car. As we walked around the car to be searched, Rico bumped into me. I thought it was just his way of trying to comfort me. When it was my turn to be searched, the cop reached into my jacket pocket, pulled out a small bag of white powder, and held it up like a trophy. He looked at me and said, "This yours?" My mouth opened, but no words came out. Bro, I've never touched a drug in my life. I looked at Rico, and he wouldn't look back. Tone stared at the ground, and that is when I remembered the accidental bump. My brothers, my blood, let me take it. I was the one with the future, the most to lose, and somehow that made me the best person to sacrifice. I did a short bid, Not years, but long enough for the world to label me. Long enough for my mother to cry herself sick. Long enough for my MIT dream to feel stupid. The way I saw it, I had two options. Let bitterness make me small, or let betrayal fuel my motivation. So I kept learning. Even in there, my mind wouldn't let me shrink. I was still dreaming, but not about escaping. I was dreaming about impact, about one day standing in front of people and saying, this part didn't end me. At times, it felt like the day would never come, but it did. Your boy got out. All I could think about was real food and fresh air. When I got out, my PO assigned me to community service as a janitor at MIT. Yeah, me, mop in hand, cleaning hallways I used to daydream about walking through as a student. I won't lie, at first it hurt bad, like a major slap in the face. But then something happened. Instead of feeling embarrassed, I started feeling strategic because I was finally close enough to touch my dream, even if it was with gloves on. So I did what I've always done. I learned. Between shifts, I'd sneak into the library, sit at a computer like I belonged, read textbooks cover to cover. I stand outside lecture halls and slip in on my lunch break when nobody was paying attention. One day, I sat in what had become my favorite class, Intro to Python. It was a big lecture hall with at least 300 students. I got my hoodie up, trying to look invisible. The professor asks a question, and the whole room goes quiet. Nobody answers, not even the confident kids. I don't know what I was thinking, but before I knew it, my hand went up, slow, hesitant, but I knew the answer. He pointed at me, and I just answered. People started to whisper. But it wasn't a lucky guess. It was the right answer. The professor stared for a second, then nodded like he just found something he wasn't expecting to find. He caught up to me after class and asked to talk. My stomach dropped, and I immediately thought, yup, I'm about to go right back to jail. He asked me what year I was, and for some reason, I felt like I could tell him the truth, so I did. I expected him to get angry, to call security, to look at me like a criminal, but instead, he gave me a day and time to visit his office. He wanted to help me. The next day, I went to his office, and I told him everything. My dream of attending MIT, the app, jail, community service. I showed him my notebook of wireframes and flows. He looked through it like it was gold. Then he told me about a special program here for people interested in software product design that I could apply for. I thought he was joking. Bro was dead serious. He looked at me with the straightest face and said, you are more than qualified, and if you really want it, we gotta get to work. Hey, that's all I needed to hear. He helped me with everything. Requirements, essays, testing, recommendations. He made phone calls. He connected me to people. He did what my own blood had never done. He had my back. I was in super grind mode all the way to application day. The kid was nervous, but it was time to see if the hard work would pay off, so I hit the apply button. And that fall, your boy officially went from the janitor to a student, a real one this time. MIT didn't change me, it revealed me, because the moment I was in the right environment, I exploded. I joined the program, learned how to code for real, built prototypes, got mentors, won a pitch competition, then another, then somebody offered funding, real funding. Now here go a little grant, I'm talking checks with commas. I was asked to speak at graduation about my unorthodox journey through MIT. With every odds stacked up against me, I persevered, with honors, again. And then, that crowd that I dreamed about since I was a kid was there the day I launched the app. The Block. People could use it to find jobs that actually pay, mental health resources that understand us, second chances for people everyone else gave up on. I built it like a lifeline for the hood. And not just my hood, I'm talking nationwide. When the Block went live, it went crazy on social media. Rico found a factory job through it that paid more, with benefits. And Tone used the second chance section to get into a training program. He went from fast food manager to cybersecurity tech. Then one day, Rico called me and said, yo bro, have you heard of the Block app? It helped me get a crazy pay bump at this new job. Bro, I'm eating. And I paused, trying to stifle my irritation. Yeah, bro, I've heard of it. I created it. And crickets. He was quiet so long I thought he hung up. Then all he could say, I guess, was, I'm proud of you. It didn't hit the same. I should have felt victory, but pride after betrayal is complicated. I didn't bring it up. The drugs, the pocket, the bid, not that day. Because I realized something. They didn't know how to love a dreamer. They only knew how to survive one. I didn't understand it while I was living it. It just felt like betrayal and delay. But then I saw the pattern. Long before me, there was another dreamer, betrayed by blood, thrown into a system that wasn't built to protect him. They tried to bury him, but burial was part of the process. His name was Joseph. To whom it may concern, if your vision has made you lonely and your delay has made you doubt, you're not lost. You're being positioned. Much love, JoJo.